Actually, so trivia, right? Do you know the different public holidays, the different celebrations that Singapore has public holidays for?
Yes,
National
Deepavali.
Day, Deepavali, Christmas, Hari
Hari
Raya,
Raya.
Chinese New Year,
New Year's?
New Year's.
What's the last one?
Mother's Day.
No.
National Day, right?
National Day, yes.
We're definitely missing out on something. Vesak Day.
Yes. Vesak Day.
Vesak Day.
Yeah.
Good
Okay.
Friday. Good Friday.
Oh, is it a
That's
public
true.
holiday?
It is a public holiday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's a
is.
public
It is.
holiday,
It
yeah.
is. Yeah. So haven't you wondered why we needed public holidays for all these different days or all these different festivities?
So people can go out and celebrate?
Yeah.
So people
but
can
for
have
what?
a-
Why?
Long weekend.
Yeah, so people get to rest.
Did you?
I think it's become about the long weekend, but initially it
Yeah.
was to pay homage to or respect if they have things to do right that day.
Right, right. And also, some people have used the opportunity to let it become very commercial. So,
Oh,
yeah, it
fair.
loses its essence of togetherness, of that whole community coming together.
But I
I-
think if Christmas was not so commercial, I wouldn't feel Christmassy.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
For Christmas is
I beg-
always such a commercial occasion.
It's how you look at it. If you're looking at that community coming together, that whole
Yeah.
one people sort of thing. If
Yeah.
you look at Hari Raya and you look at Chinese New Year, that is total community.
Yep.
It's
Mm,
crazy.
yeah.
and very commercial also. What? Chinese
It
New Year
is
and
also
Hari
very
Raya.
commercial.
Extremely commercial.
I think it's what you make of it. I mean, you can't control what other people are going to do. And so, there are always going to be people that stick to the tradition and other people that just use it as a holiday if they don't feel connected
Yeah.
to that particular religion or
Yeah.
family. Because some people don't have family to visit
Yeah.
Chinese New Year.
This is-
But even
true.
Good Friday also is commercial. What?
Oh,
you know
yeah,
the
totally.
number of hot cross buns that they sell in the lead up to
No, I've
Good
got- I'm
Friday.
Not just in Australia. Huh?
No, I've got to say, I think Good Friday has really lost a lot of its meaning.
Yeah.
What do you
Christmas
mean?
too. I think
It's
Christmas,
lost
of course.
lost a lot of its meaning.
You know, seafood restaurants make a lot of money
When?
On
When?
Good Friday.
during on Good Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, because you cannot
Can
eat
eat meat.
meat.
Yes, correct. Char kway teow also.
Oh,
I remember
my
growing up, it's like Good Friday. What do you want to eat? Char kway teow.
Char
Where do you want to go? Seafood restaurant.
My family has a tradition. Good Friday means Little India, vegetarian food.
Oh,
wow.
Every Good Friday.
See, that's a tradition you guys have forged within your family,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
nice.
yeah, yeah.
Which is nice.
Okay, let's continue to talk about the psychology of celebration with Dr. Geraldine Tan on The Big Show TV. Meantime, here's Twice, Set Me Free on Kiss 92, all the great songs in one place. All right.
Yes, so there are two parts to it. Let's go big parties first. Why do we have big parties? What are big parties for?
For big gatherings. I mean, that might have been what it started with.
Big gatherings, but what do big gatherings do, So,
Show off.
Yeah, I was
Show
about to
off?
say.
That's not what she was hoping for you to say.
show
Enjoy, party together, I guess.
so when you think of concerts, big parties, right? It's that self-expression, the very freedom,
Wow, that's not how I feel
liberation.
during my gatherings. The opposite.
Big parties. So you think of National Day Parade, you think
no, I'm
of
an introvert, so I get I get high anxiety with big crowds.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Hey, how come you're an introvert also, huh?
You also?
No, because you said I was listening to Joshua in the evening. I am not an introvert. No way. I love big crowds.
Yeah, I
so,
cannot.
the bigger the better.
I cannot, yeah.
But I was listening in yesterday evening to
Josh,
On Your Way with Joshua Simon. Trust, you're on your way with Joshua Simon. Okay, so he was saying that he's also introverted and he doesn't like big crowds.
I can see that, yeah.
A lot of entertainers are because
Yeah.
their entertainment is their way of
Oh,
expressing themselves.
Chris Evans. Okay, I need to tell you guys a story now.
Wow, okay.
Chris Evans.
Why are we bringing my future
Captain
husband
America.
into this?
There you go.
Your husband.
No, I like the chat. No, we spent some time.
You know Chris?
Yeah.
No, because I host.
Knows
No, he
him
doesn't know me.
He
Knows
needs
him
my-
very well.
Give him my number.
But he depended on me while I was
oh.
hosting.
Oh, okay,
You know
okay.
the Avengers. The last time they were in town, and I discovered and I found out that Chris Evans is extremely afraid of crowds.
I mean, if you look like Chris Evans, you should be afraid of crowds. Just girls mauling over him all the time, I'm sure.
So we had to wait almost an hour before he plucked up that courage to go out and meet, everyone
It's
there
quite a
at
lot.
Marina Bay Sands.
It's quite a lot, though, I can imagine.
Yeah.
you know?
So the rest of the crew, Anthony Mackie was there. The Russo brothers. We all had to kind of wait for him to compose himself.
Yeah. Oh,
and
dear.
then go out. But nice guy.
Yeah. He seems like an introvert, though. And I'm an extroverted introvert, which means I can turn it on and I can turn it off,
You're lucky.
especially for work. But if I have a induced panic attack from a crowd, I have to
Exit the
exit
place,
myself,
right?
yeah, and
We
compose
should talk
myself,
about it
and then
sometime.
come.
Wait,
Yeah.
you had like panic attacks?
For sure. I mean, it's in my head. I know it's in my head, but then I go through this cycle of, oh, nobody's talking to me, or maybe nobody likes me, or is it what I wore? Is it what I'm saying? Is it how I'm talking? Is it my accent? Is it, there's so many things that it could be, but actually it doesn't, like, nobody cares. It's just me in my head. And I need to, and then all of a sudden I can't breathe, and then I have to just excuse myself and then compose myself, and I can.
That is a horrible
we should
feeling,
talk
right?
about it next week.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
introverts versus
Yeah,
extroverts.
we should.
right?
Yeah, let's
We
do
should.
that.
But
Yeah.
celebrations, like you were saying, right, it can be a very happy occasion if I'm with a
Can.
group of friends that I feel safe with.
Yes.
Because my group of friends that I feel safe with, they know when to ignore me, because if I have attention when I don't want it, then that's when it starts, because then I'm like, oh, why is everyone looking at me? What? I'm like, did I do
Yeah.
something wrong? Yeah.
Right.
So it's a very, I don't know, it's my head, so I yeah.
Yeah, so the other part of the big celebrations or the festivals is this part where the mental health seems to be all positive, all shiny, but it can be what Daphne said about feeling anxious, the anxiety. So those that have social anxiety, those that are a little bit introverted, it can be very daunting for them. It can be very intimidating for them. Yeah.
But are you really
Interesting.
introverted? I mean, the introverts, when they say they're introverts, are they really introverts or not?
Well,
I mean,
I'm an extroverted introvert, which means my baseline is introvert. So I can spend like 5 days home alone with my dog. Don't need to see other people. I'm fine. I actually would enjoy that.
same. I can do that as well.
So maybe you're an introverted extrovert. I don't know. Maybe you're just special.
We've all known that for a long time.
But yeah, I really do. I enjoy my alone time, but being in a big crowd of people really like freaks me out.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the extroverts or maybe also introverts, after a big celebration, after the partying, after
the unwind, right?
Not quite the unwind. So just imagine all the National Day performers. They spend months, going for rehearsals and doing that performance on that one day, and then after that, what happens?
But that's
So
been my
there's a
whole life,
crash.
Like since 16, I would do a big show, and then every time I did it, I would build myself up to it, thinking that this is going to change my life, this is going to be amazing. And then there's just the next day, when nothing has changed. I even wrote a song about it.
That's something I don't get, because like I host shows and stuff like this, right? So for me, I do a show, and at the end of the show, for me it's a joy. The show is over, and now I look forward to the next one.
Yes.
But-
So I don't
I
have
think-
that down.
Well, I think for an upcoming, artist and performer, you always hope that the next big show with the big audience will be the one. That there might be someone there that's going to blow you up, that's going to like share you with a
right.
bunch of people, or this is going to be the show that everyone's like, wow, Daphne blew it out of the park. We never knew that she could do this or that. And you prepare and prepare and prepare. And then because I'm the boss of my own, the label, management, whatever, I like every morsel of me is working for that one show.
Right.
And then when it's done, it's like, initially I had like 50 people that would report to me, and I was texting everyone and organizing everything, and all of a sudden I don't have anyone to talk to because the show is over. So there's this big gap of like, did anything actually happen? You wait to go and read reviews and see if anyone like cared that the show and that's how that's like a big empty whole.
Switch.
Yeah.
Yes, a switch
So-
from activity to non-activity.
Yeah.
But some people actually do fall into depression. So the post-festivities depression.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk about it back on the when
Okay.
we get back on air.
All right. Stand by.
Oh,
Oh, wait.
her song request, Dr. Jerry's song request.
yes.
Oh, okay. You know, Kid has got a new version out.
Yep.
This is the
Yeah.
one we're playing.
This is the old one.
Oh, this is.
There.
Oh, yeah.
That's the older one that we're playing. Yeah.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for this morning is award-winning psychologist from the therapy room, Dr. Geraldine Tan, in the studio. Good morning, Jerry. What is it you love so much about that song, Home? I think you're the only one who
requested
likes
for
the
it,
song,
yeah.
I think.
Really?
No.
I know. I love that. What do you mean? Every Singaporean loves this song. What are you talking
I
about?
think it's the number one.
It is the number one
It is the
National
number
Day
one
song.
National
Song
Day
for National
song.
Day, yeah.
Yeah, of course, written by our very own Dick Lee.
Right.
It's an interesting song because whenever I hear it,
Whenever you're feeling low, you look around you and you know.
no, but, it's odd. But whenever I hear that song,
Yeah.
I feel particularly Singaporean.
Yeah, and I think it's also it came at a time where we didn't have a lot of local music that sounded so us, you know, because Kit Chan managed to sing it in a way that is not overly Singaporean. She
Yeah.
doesn't sing it in Singlish.
No.
She sings it like a regular, you know, no accent, very neutral accent. And then the idea of all the lyrics being like so confounded in what we already know and feeling this place of very, very patriotic. It makes you feel very, very nostalgic.
Yeah,
From if you think about where Singapore was when that song came out, 2004, so about almost like 20 years ago,
Correct.
19 years ago.
But 20, yeah.
19 years ago, no Esplanade, no, you know, any of these, no Sota, none of these places
Yeah.
existed.
Yeah.
And yet we had this beautiful song come out
Yeah.
about our country.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's what
and we
makes
could
that song.
identify with it.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't even think Dick Lee expected that song to be
No.
so huge,
Yeah.
you know. But I mean, he's a fantastic songwriter.
And he said, I think he wrote it in like half an hour or
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
Yeah, but those are the best ones because you know that you're being inspired. It is the world that's helping, the universe helping you write it, you know?
Yeah.
But speaking of festivities,
Yes.
on the Big Show TV, Dr. Jerry Tan was talking about how sometimes there can be a bit of a come down after the celebrations.
So that one is a little bit more clinical, but you know, coming back to the happier one,
yes.
Yeah.
you know, the togetherness, the sense of belonging. So there's this innate need for human beings. Why do we need community? It's that sense of belonging. I want to know I belong somewhere. So when the song came out, you know, we know we belong somewhere. We know
Yeah.
we belong together. So festivals, celebrations like you know, National Day tomorrow, we know we belong somewhere. We know
Right.
we have a home. We know we have a place.
Yeah.
And that we are accepted. So important for all of us to be accepted. So the communities tell us that we are accepted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I understand why at the end of one of our National Day parades, that little boy went and showed his middle finger to the camera. Remember, there was that. Everyone was talking about it.
What?
There was one year.
We sure I vaguely remember.
I think it
It
was
was on air,
2 years
they
ago.
saw it,
Yeah,
it aired
yeah,
on
and everyone was
live
talking about it.
on TV.
It went viral. So this kid, right after Madam Halima walked past and everything, you know, then after that the camera it came to him, right, and then he flashed his middle finger.
Oh, no.
No, but now I know why he did that, because you just mentioned, right? I mean, we were just talking about how, you know, for some people they're disappointed after they've been doing something for such a long time, and these kids, you know, have been rehearsing for like months.
Yeah.
So after the whole thing was over, he went like, there. What am I going to do now?
Oh my goodness.
Here we go. Have a look at this.
Oh,
This poor boy was
dear.
counseled, by his school.
Oh dear.
Which I thought
mean,
was
I mean, he just made an
unnecessary.
unfortunate mistake in the wrong place, wrong time. You know.
I mean, everyone made such a big deal about it, but I think he was just expressing
He was
himself.
being
He's like,
expressive.
Okay, we're gonna talk a little bit more about this
it's
on,
over. Nah.
on the Big Show TV.
It's 8:15.
Kiss 92 Time Check brought to you by
I never knew.
Yes.
I never knew that happened.
Big the camera. You know how at the end of it, the camera zooms past all the performers,
Yeah.
right? So they all, and his
Maybe
hand
he
goes
just-
up, and then boom.
Maybe he thought he wouldn't be aired.
Probably.
But
no, the camera comes to you. It's
No,
right
but they
in your
have roving.
face,
They have a
right?
bunch of roving cameras, so he might not have thought it was live. But the red light does come on. So
Yeah,
How
old was he?
true.
No,
Glenn's
he was-
looking for it now.
I think primary
The
school.
Singaporean boy who flipped bird on national TV, now recognized internationally.
Yeah.
Wow, I want to see what it looks like.
Okay, wait,
Is
I'll
that
show
photo?
you.
Okay,
It-
okay.
it is-
This
Alright.
happened. Oh, this happened in 2017.
2017.
No wonder I
Boy,
didn't live here.
there,
That's
that's a
why.
YouTube. Boy
Video.
points middle finger on live TV. Okay.
And I wanted to say that, in big festivals or big celebrations, you can be a little bit more extreme
Yeah, of course.
without evaluation. But I guess there is an appropriate sort of behavior.
I don't know. I really don't know because when I saw it, the first thing I did was I laughed. And then I thought, did this boy consciously stick his middle finger up to the camera? Or was it spur of the moment? I put out my hand.
It looks like he has absolutely no expression as he does it. Glenn just showed me the video.
Yeah.
And he's kind of in the background while everyone's waving their flag. So I feel like he probably didn't even realize that it was being caught or that he'd
Yeah.
get zoomed in on,
Yeah, so I
So,
don't know.
I
don't
mean,
know.
he's a kid.
He's a kid.
Wow, but he probably got so reprimanded for that.
He got reprimanded. There was talk about how the school had to handle it.
Please,
It was like,
Oh dear.
As usual.
Great.
Overreacting as usual. I'm
Yeah, I think
surprised
so.
they didn't send him to Dr. Geraldine Tan.
but I know he was counseled in school.
Yeah, so Maul actually wrote in on our Facebook video and said, the middle finger boy was from my kid's school at the time. It was awkward for their school to be temporarily famous for the wrong reason.
Oh.
But I just feel like boys will be boys, right? I
exactly.
mean, this is a thing where you
Boys.
just... Like if he was part of a big crowd and maybe he didn't realize that the whole nation was watching.
Well,
Maybe.
sorry.
And
maybe.
he probably didn't understand the scope of it, Like,
Yeah.
so can we really put,
Can we forgive?
I'm sure yeah.
Of course we
I mean,
can.
of course we can forgive.
Moll is on our Facebook and she said the kid has grown up to be a very cool teenager now.
Right.
But she's seen a recent picture of him and he's
Wonderful.
Yeah.
just a really cool teenager.
Okay, Shalini, let's look for this boy. Let's bring him on the show.
And Chan Kiat says boy is a legend.
Boy is
So
a
I guess
legend, yeah.
there are
Yeah.
polarizing sides of each story, but just so that he knows the scope of what he's done, maybe that's why he was reprimanded. But I'm sure if he's grown to be a cool teenager, maybe he's okay.
If this kid was my son, I'll be so proud of him.
But having said that, we don't know what really went behind.
Yeah.
Yes,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
He just stood there and he just wanted to look.
cool.
He wanted to be cool.
Yeah. He was probably an introvert. Being like, I don't want to be here.
Maybe he was disappointed with how that year's National Day parade turned out.
Oh.
And so it's like,
2017?
what? I sacrificed all my time every single week for this? What did you guys feed me?
Also, he went
2
with
pieces of chicken?
He went with the school, right? And then every school goes at primary 5. So I went to the National Day Parade at when I was primary 5, not in 95, primary 5. And then, but you go and it's the rehearsals. So they're doing camera checks. So nothing actually gets aired. So there's a possibility that he thought it wasn't actually live.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't
We are
know.
speculating.
We are.
speculating.
It's been so
He
many
is a good
years.
boy
No,
now.
it takes a lot to be a performer at the National Day Parade.
Sure.
I was offered once or twice. I completely said no. Because number one, they don't exactly pay you very well, right? And it's got to be worth
Because it's
my
national duty.
Yeah. I'm like that. I'm professional like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
Anyway.
I love my country and everything, but at the end of the day, I can be at Tanjung Beach having a nice pina colada,
I do
chilling
agree.
out.
I do agree with Glenn.
Yeah.
I think things like that, there's a price that comes with it, and you need to do it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's national pride and whatever, but there's a price that comes with it.
Correct. So there was one time I had never been to a National Day Parade before, and then I got a call and then I got a call one day from someone really high up. I'm not going to mention whom. You know that, right? And then this was at the floating platform. So they were like, they heard me talking about National Day Parade and how I'm not quite into National Day Parades and all that, and they gave me 2 tickets and asked me to go and check it out for myself. So I went.
Oh, so you did go.
I did go to
Okay.
to
And you
basically-
felt it, right? You felt.
I was bored to death.
Oh, dear.
I was like, how do I get out of here? And I couldn't
You
even
can't.
escape.
You can't
Did
get
you
halfway
out.
even
through.
like
It's
the goodie bag?
No.
I guess it was cool because I was in primary 5. I was like, ooh, these things blow up. You can clap them together.
So I realized it's not for everyone.
It's
You
not.
know,
not for everyone.
I love my country. I love Singapore.
I do-
I love watching the parade a little bit on TV while I'm at home. I have had National Day parties because most of the time I drink a lot and I'm
Yeah.
like half, drunk.
Maybe that's what it was. That is what it was missing. Alcohol.
There you go.
So
yes.
once if you had alcohol, maybe it would have been more fun.
Maybe.
You know what? I really do think you're an introvert, Glenn.
Okay.
You don't realize that likes hanging out with people.
I love hanging out with people.
Yeah, so maybe you're extroverted introvert.
I love staying home quite a bit as well.
Yeah.
If I'm not getting paid
Anyway,
to
back
go
to
out.
the topic.
Yeah, sorry, topic today.
Oh my goodness,
This is all
Jerry.
about national.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yes.
I am sorry.
See, this is why she made us wear red and white to stay on topic.
See, but this is what happens behind the scenes. See, this is the Big Show TV, right?
And Jerry, today no one can blame me for this, no, because I kept quiet.
Even if you're quiet, sometimes you get blamed.
That's true.
But anyway, festivities is a break in routine, and today being such an upbeat sort of topic, I wanted to break our routine and have because when we celebrate with our 5 senses.
Okay.
And as Asians, we celebrate with food.
Yes.
Of course. Did you bring food?
Yes, I did.
I got food. Jerry brought
Daphne
food.
brought food. You
Doraemon
brought
bag.
food.
So.
Wow.
No. It's just very simple because I know we cannot be messy here. Do you recognize these?
Wait.
Yes, of course.
Kongguan biscuits.
It's something like that.
Chocolate biscuits.
Yes.
Wait. I mentioned Kongguan. Is it Kongguan?
Oh, hello.
Can pass it down
Shalini.
to Shalini and
Every time we see biscuits, we say Kongguan. Right?
No, it's
Hello.
not. It's not. It's just
ASMR.
Ayo.
Hello.
Wrong.
Hey, if my dog hears this, she was all over.
I'm
Like,
very happy.
Yeah, it's like, what is that coming out of the packet?
Yeah. Is it
right?
for me? Is it for me?
Yes. Is it Cheezels? Is it Twisties?
Let me give your
Is
dog
it
Cheezels and Twisties.
Pringles.
Okay.
Biscuit gets like treats from me all the time.
Is that why you call it a biscuit?
So, we
He
have,
doesn't like dog biscuits. He likes real biscuits.
Of course.
so that's the biscuits that we immediately think of Kongguan.
Yes, we do. Absolutely,
I
all
thought,
the time.
I thought Daphne
you
was
not-
going to slap my face with
No.
this one.
You remember this one?
Okay.
Yes.
This one,
Cornflakes.
I don't know. I don't.
Cornflakes.
How come so small these days?
Huh? This is
Used to
always
be
the
huge.
size.
No, it used to be bigger.
Oh,
Yes,
wait, 20
yes.
seconds.
No.
We gotta go back on there.
Okay.
I'm good. I don't know whether I should tell you what we call this when.
Yes, I know. Communion.
Are you serious? Communion?
I like
Yeah,
body
this-
of.
But yeah, we
Alright,
used, to
10
play, we used to
seconds.
play this game when we were kids.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
Okay,
I'll tell you about it in a minute.
Ken.
All right.
So-
Dr. Jerry Tan has given us.
Yeah. Dr. Geraldine Tan in the house
Okay.
from the therapy room.
So Jerry,
He's
these
Yes.
distracted with snacks.
these are Hawflakes, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
You
I
can
swear,
only
I
find
swear.
them in Singapore,
I swear,
okay?
I swear, I'm gonna have to go to confession on Sunday. So when we were kids, right, all my cousins and myself, we would play games,
Oh dear.
and one person would have to dress up in white,
Why?
and
Priest.
he would be the priest.
Oh, you played with these
Yeah,
like
and-
that.
and-
Oh,
and
no.
Literally, we used to make believe that this was the Eucharist.
This is before we receive our first Holy
This
Communion.
is before we done First Holy
Okay.
Communion.
See our parents, going up for communion all the time. It's like, wow, it looks like a show, huh?
FOMO,
What biscuit
FOMO.
is that?
And we go up there, we go, Body of Christ, and if you didn't say Amen, we take it back.
Oh my goodness.
Very good practice and preparation.
Absolutely,
Correct.
that's right. Oh,
Then
yes.
you're right. They are smaller.
They're
They are
smaller.
much
Yes,
smaller.
yes,
They
yes.
were
These are
bigger.
the small ones. So because we do mindful eating at our center, so we go into
Oh.
organizations and we do mindful eating. We can't give them the huge ones.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we give them the small ones.
So what is
Yeah.
mindful eating?
Mindful eating. So be using all your senses to eat.
Wow.
Yeah. So not just your taste, but your sight, your smell, your the texture.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I went to I think a Women's Day brunch and we did mindful eating all together. It was beautiful.
Yes.
Took a very long time though.
Yeah. So
Glenn,
we don't
Glenn,
do.
Neil, Glenn.
hey.
You really need to
We don't need to kneel. Right?
reliving his childhood.
Yeah, so talking
Absolutely.
about smells.
Oh, Tiger
Oh,
Balm.
Tiger Balm.
I still use Tiger Balm.
Yeah.
I prefer Tiger Balm over Vicks.
Oh,
I didn't
Tiger
bring my
Balm.
what do you call inhaler
X
today?
oil.
X oil.
Oh, these are all smells from my childhood.
Wow.
Yes.
What
this
do you mean
was my
from your
mother's
child-
favorite.
You don't tell me you don't use it these days.
Still do.
Yeah.
So you can
Best.
smell.
Very nice.
You know,
Tiger Balm.
I
Very
remember
nice.
in primary school or even secondary school, keeping one inside my
Always.
pencil case and then having a sniff.
I think
Okay,
I know how this is different from Vicks now. It's got like, what's
What's that?
that powder that starts with T?
Tiger's Claw.
No,
Tea powder. It starts with tea.
like you put
Talcum
it in
powder.
food.
Oh
Food.
no, put it in food.
Turmeric.
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 It's got a bit of a
Turmeric.
turmeric essence.
Turmeric.
Turmeric.
But this is my mom's favorite. I don't know what it's called.
It's called Yu
Oh,
Yi
yes.
Yu
oil.
Yan San. Yu Yan. No.
Chap limao. It's lime oil or something like that.
What's the traditional name for this?
Ruiyo.
Ruiyo.
So
Oh,
the-
Juiyo. That's what she calls it.
Ruiyo. So they
Yeah.
would usually rub it between their palms
Yeah,
and then put it on the
your
tummy.
tummy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever I feel ill, my mom still does it for me.
Okay, what? It's all right. It works.
It's cute. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I love it. It feels like, because as you get older, you get less physically affectionate with your parents, I feel. Whereas I'm very, very close to my mom still. So she's, she likes doing things like that for me. She's like, oh, let me do for you. And I'm like, yes,
Smells
So
of
cute.
Singapore,
So cute.
right?
please. Smell of love.
Smell
what
of
I
love.
feel.
So is this the
Smells
reason why you brought
Singapore.
all this in? Smells
Yes.
of Singapore?
Yes.
You know XL is from Malaysia, right?
That doesn't matter.
But we use it here.
But we use it here, come on.
We use it here.
Yes.
And
Right.
it's
I can't remember the number of times I've tied a knot in the corner of my handkerchief and then put X oil on it.
Oh, dear.
And then in school, sniff to stay away.
Wow.
That is such a grandma way.
It is! It's a grandma way of doing it.
But you were young then.
No,
And
now
who
he
taught
still
me?
does it.
No, I can still do it now.
He'll tie a little knot at the end of his handkerchief. He still carries a hanky.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then just dab some X oil.
X oil. Oh,
Is that your toto?
yeah. That's my
Because he finds it more economical than buying the inhaler from the pharmacy.
That's probably true. If you want to check out all these fun stuff that Dr. Jerry has brought, check us out on The Big Show TV. But we're going to wrap up with Dr. Jerry on air. Oh, thank
yes.
you so much for coming today and
Any
giving
last
us
words?
all these
Yes.
goodies. And yeah.
So Oprah Winfrey says, the more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate.
Yeah, I love that.
Yes.
You know who just condemned Oprah Winfrey? Mel Gibson.
Oh, dear.
No.
Oh, dear.
We take the good parts of
Yeah,
everyone.
Yes. We want to see the best in everyone.
Of course,
Yes.
of course. I mean, I'm not saying that Mel Gibson was right. I mean, we all know Oprah Winfrey, right? She's inspired so many people around the world.
It's true.
Just like
And
Dr.
she's
Geraldine
human.
Tan.
Aw.
Yes, just like
Yes.
Dr. Geraldine.
Thank you, Jerry,
Always a
for
sweet person.
helping so many people on a daily basis. Jerry works very, very hard. If you need to talk to someone professionally, please look Jerry up. She's like the
And
sweetest.
my team.
And her team. I've been trying to get her to
To sit on my
sort me
couch,
out.
right?
I just want to thank you for bringing in the tastes and the smells of my childhood. It was really good.
Aw.
It's
And
really
it
His
good.
will
childhood.
continue to.
My childhood, yeah.
Not your childhood, man?
No lah.
Mine
What
too.
is this? I
Mine
don't know.
too.
Nonsense.
What is this? I've never seen these things before
Pretend.
in my life. Okay, thank you so much, Jerry.
Welcome, and I'll be back next week.
Yay.
Yay.
Right.